life. And that's the nature of Toyota World of Wildlife.
Mating and courtship are the theme of today's show, and as we all know, tempers can get frayed. Bringing a gift sometimes helps. And the bigger the gift, the better. If you're an ostrich and you want a mate, you have to know how to dance. And if you're a gibbon, you have to know how to sing. Our wild crew are also in the jungle, the concrete jungle of Miami. We start, though, in the grasslands of East Africa.
Lions are the only large cats to live together in groups or prides. The females are all related, and they share their territory with several males who are not related to them. And then there are cubs of various ages. The females stay in the pride to breed, which they do throughout the year, coming into heat for 2 to 4 days every month. And it's on these days that the lioness must attract the attention of one of the males, who have the thick manes around their heads. To get him interested, the lioness will circle the male many times, swishing her tail at him. He alternates between extreme indifference and obvious interest. But as soon as he's clearly attracted, she decides to lead him a merry dance, possibly to check how loyal he'll be in the future. Is he likely to protect the cubs as they grow up? The zebras, who also graze on the plains, see that the lions have other things on their mind at the moment and that they are in no danger of becoming a meal. The female, losing the male's attention, now uses a low, submissive crouch to rouse him once again, and then rolls over submissively onto her back. And so the sexual semaphoring goes on. But she's dragged it out a bit too long, and he's getting frustrated. It looks violent, but the female isn't hurt nor deterred. She backs off for a while, but they both keep a wary eye on each other, like a couple across a dance floor. Finally, she submits, and after all the complicated signposting and signaling, copulation begins. The female will mate with as many males from the pride as possible to increase her chance of conceiving, and she needs to. Only 1 in every 3,000 matings will result in a pregnancy. Did you know that when a male hippo yawns next to a female, It's not because he's bored. It's a courtship gesture to impress a prospective partner. And did you know that red-billed quelea are the most numerous birds in the world? Their breeding colonies can consist of 20 million, and one roost in the Sudan is reported to have contained 32 million individuals. How to win her heart with a few well-chosen gifts is our next story, and it takes us to the Galapagos Islands off the coast of Ecuador.
Flightless cormorants have a very interesting courtship display. The male wins and keeps the female by bringing her gifts. And for this, he often has to travel quite long distances over the sharp volcanic rock of the island and actually dive into the sea. The female is partial to seaweed, which she uses to line her nest. And this is often what he brings her. The male will continually fetch these gifts, even after he's mated with the female and she's looking after the chicks on the nest. The gifts seem to cement the pair bond between them. And seaweed is not his only gift. He'll bring her anything he can find. Once he has brought enough to satisfy his demanding partner for a while, they nuzzle up together and display all the signs of a happy and faithful couple. The male also takes his turn incubating the eggs and looking after the chicks on the nest. But the dedication and loyalty of this hard-working father don't always get the reward they should. In hard times, when there's not much food about, the female simply leaves the first male sitting on the nest and embarks on a whole new set of courtship rituals with a brand new mate. After all his bearing of gifts, the abandoned male is left alone, holding the fort. Yes, you can win a girl with a gift. The dung beetle gets his gift from the biggest supplier in the business.
Herds of elephants, the largest land mammal, are a common sight on the plains of East Africa. 20 or 30 strong, they roam over their home range, grazing on the grass and browsing on the trees. Because of their enormous size, an adult weighs about 5.5 tons, they have enormous appetites, and they each consume up to 250 kilograms of vegetation every day. It means that every single day they drop a huge amount of dung. And this is the gift that the dung beetle exploits. The male dung beetles carve the fresh dung into manageable bits, then roll it into a ball using their hind legs.